You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Married to Jonas After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Married to Jonas After Show.
I'm just going to let it play for a little bit, okay? Hello, Married to Jonas fans. Vegas we're doing, and we are doing another after show right here, right now on AFTERBUZZTV.com. And I'm really upset, actually, because Cinco de Mayo, it's almost over.
It is almost over.
This is one of my favorite days of the year, and I had to work 90% of the day.
But hey, you can still always celebrate with a sombrero.
It doesn't really work with my headphones. I'm your host, Cathy Kelley, and joining me today is Samantha Laich.
Hello, everyone. Feliz Cinco de Mayo.
Feliz Cinco de Mayo to everyone. Tonight's episode of Married to Jonas.
New Dani.
The new Dani. Yes, she is coming into her own.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah. Compared to last season, we wanted this from her, and now we're getting it.
We knew she had it in her
all along.
And now she's blossomed into a what? Okay. Anyways.
The little caterpillar has blossomed into a beautiful little butterfly.
The show starts with the girls getting ready for Fashion Week, and a dog pees on Dani's dress.
Or does the dog pee on Dani's dress? Or does Dina mess up Dani's dress?
Yeah.
That's the real question.
Yeah. It really is.
We don't really know, but I think... Sorry, Dina. Sorry, sister, but I think that you had something to do with that.
Think back to The Hills, I think it was, where
LC
she used a curling iron
or her
on her
straightener
dress when they were in France.
Paris.
Yes.
My heart ached. I was like, oh, no. She just burned her dress.
That probably is one of the worst things in the world. Like, our boss, Maria Menounos, gets these gorgeous dresses every single week. And there have been times when dresses, at the end of the night, they'll come back and there's like little, dirt stains on the the bottom part of the gown because you're walking, and it's just...
I mean, that's a bad one.
I cry every single time I see that happen.
I know, right?
It's so sad. Thousands of dollars of clothing.
They made it work, though.
Yes, they did. So at the fashion show that they all attend, there were some pretty cool people there. Ramona Singer from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. No, New York.
New York,
New York, yeah. And Natalie Morales from the Today Show. Rubbing shoulders with some famous people.
Yeah, I like that Dani pointed out, she said, this never gets old for me. So I like that even after all these years and all of the different events that they get to go to and stuff, she still is kind of enjoying the little treats of it.
How could it?
I mean, you have to think people get so bored with that, though, if they don't really care about it. So the fact that she's still appreciating, like, just a casual fashion show for them on a weekend or whatever.
I wonder if Kevin likes going to the fashion shows.
I
thought about them before. So...
I think that guys enjoy going to the fashion shows.
To see the
models. And I think that the girls go to enjoy the fashion, but then also don't enjoy going because they're guys looking at the models.
Yeah.
Personally. I could be wrong. It's happened once or twice before.
What? Going to a fashion show?
No, me being wrong.
Oh. Okay. Fair enough. So there's the family event Mikey's concert. Everyone goes. It's at the Bowery Ballroom.
Yeah.
In
Looked like a great little venue.
a big venue.
Yeah.
There
Great
were a
little
lot of
big
people
venue.
there. Yeah. Looks like it's sold out. And there was a bet a couple weeks ago that if Mikey got his eyebrows waxed and spray tan, Dani would work the merch table. And that is what we saw tonight. Her and Kevin.
She held
selling
up
t-shirts.
her end of the bargain. I love how Kevin kind of threw her under the bus. He was like, if you buy something, Dani will take a picture with you. He's not volunteering, but she'll be happy to take a photo with you.
It's nice that they like rolled up their sleeves and got down to work.
Yeah, because it definitely helps. Obviously, you have the name backing something like that. You know?
You're gonna sell so much merch,
right? And they were enjoying it the entire time. It looked like so. It was cool to see the family supporting Mikey.
Yes, and we had Mikey come in for an interview on Friday to AfterBuzz TV. You, unfortunately,
So
weren't
bummed
here.
I missed
I
it.
know. But he did tell us that his dad, Bucky, with Uncle Bucky's Gelato, he had that parked outside the show, which is an amazing marketing strategy because when you're waiting in line to get in, you want some gelato, and there it is.
That's brilliant. Food trucks do so well when people are standing in lines.
Definitely. So looks like the concert went really well. Looks like people enjoyed it. And after the concert, Kevin and Dani hang out with Kevin's mom, the Jonas brothers' mom, and they do a little shopping. Well, first they
had lunch
lunch
first, and then talked about everything.
And they discuss Dani has the opportunity to be in Cosmo magazine.
How
Pretty
cool
cool
is that?
Yeah. And Dani is worried that people will think she is only into Kevin to become famous.
I disagree with that. I understand where she's coming from, but I think that was so first season, and now we're past that. I think that
people see that she's genuine.
Yeah, I think that she's definitely proven that she's genuine and she loves him for the right reasons and stuff. And I think that her hesitation with, I'm afraid that I'm getting these opportunities only because of Kevin, like Kevin's mom pointed out, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's what a marriage is.
It's what you do with the opportunities.
Exactly. If he's presenting them and you take advantage of them and you make it your own thing, then you get all the credit. Yeah. Because you're doing your thing,
And it doesn't seem, I think, to anyone, it doesn't look like she's doing it because she wants to be in the spotlight. Like,
right.
All last season, she was talking about how she hates photo shoots because they make her really nervous and she doesn't enjoy them at all. That doesn't sound like someone who wants to date someone famous just because.
Yeah. I have to say that I really like the way that Mrs. Jonas and, what is her first name again? Mrs. Jonas and and Dani, I like how their relationship has grown since last season, because we kind of saw them, still getting used to each other, learning personalities, kind of figuring out, what bothers them and sets them off, triggers them, and what doesn't. And they're really kind of like growing into the whole mother-in-law, daughter-in-law kind of relationship. Like Dani even said, like, she has great style, and I actually look forward to when we're in town together because I get to go shopping with her. So for them to be kind of comfortable enough to listen to her mom his mom criticize what she's wearing and stuff and how things look on her, I think speaks a lot of how their relationship has kind of changed. And she's not necessarily walking on eggshells with her anymore.
And the Jonas Brothers' mom is very confident. It seems like she's, very sure of herself, and Dani, I think, aspires for that a little bit. Yeah. So
she wants that confidence, that level of security.
But to have someone to look up to who's in your family, helps.
The role model's right there.
Yeah. So hat shopping.
I feel like you could talk to a crowd with that on. And really, demand.
I would be really confident in this, not because the hat makes me look any better, but probably because I would have downed several margaritas beforehand. That is the only way I will wear this in public.
What? Not on Cinco.
I was wearing it for a very long time today.
I love it. You can rock it.
Yeah.
I have to say, a lot of them were derby hats, though. They were very extravagant and large, like your sombrero. Not something that you would just wear out on a casual Tuesday.
I was wondering where one would wear those hats to.
I instantly thought derby.
Derby?
Yeah.
She said at a speaking engagement.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't really get invited to high-profile things like that, so I wouldn't be able to speak a lot of knowledge on large hats for an event like that, but I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that I would only wear a hat like that for the Kentucky Derby. Otherwise, I will stick with no hat. But call me crazy. It could be wrong.
No, I agree. So another shopping experience. Mike and Joe go skinny jean shopping.
Skinny, emphasis on the skinny jeans.
Yes.
Skinny.
Almost look like girl jeans, but apparently they weren't.
Guy sizes. Doesn't count.
Still really tight.
I love that Joe had to help him get his pants off after he tried them on. I mean, they were so uncomfortably tight. He even said himself, like, I'm not sure if I could sit down in these. So the fact that he was struggling with getting them off, like, it was a funny moment. Even you could see, like, the people that worked there kind of outside of the dressing room, like, do you guys need help?
You break them, you buy them. Those
Are
look
you
like some
okay?
expensive jeans, too.
Yeah.
$200 jeans, you rip them right in the store. It does not sound like a fun receipt.
He's trying to get him some new gear.
Yeah.
For a very good reason, actually. Trying to get him decked out.
Yeah. I feel like friends usually dress alike and they have different styles.
Joe and Mikey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's
And
similar.
Joe's trying to influence him.
It's similar yet very, very different. I think that Joe's a little bit more hipstery.
They're both kind of hipstery.
Yeah. I guess that's a good point. Maybe that's why they go shopping together.
Yeah. So after you try on your jeans, you got to go get some food.
Naturally. Because you can't do that before.
Definitely not. You just have to eat mints before.
Yeah.
Mints and coffee.
Like the models do.
Yes. That's what I'm going to do for the next week. Bikini season.
Mints and coffee.
So they go and get food, and Joe invites Mikey on tour with the Jonas Brothers. Very cute moment.
Yeah, it was really cute the way that he set it up, because he totally had Mikey believing. He's like, I trust your judgment in music. I really want to know what you think. We have it down to like one or two, and we want to ask and see if Mike DeLisa will come on tour with us.
That was such a cute way to phrase it too.
It was really cute, especially the suspense. He kind of built it up. So I mean, Mike's face, he was kind of like, the moment was captured, I think, perfectly.
I felt like all of the brothers should have been there for that moment, though.
Yeah. I mean, at least Kevin, too.
Yeah.
You would think, obviously, because being the brother-in-law and all. But it's also nice to see that they can have freestanding relationships with each of the brothers and the family members on their own without always having to have Kevin and Dani there to feel comfortable.
Yeah. So Kevin and Mikey get to play in some pool later, and they discuss this upcoming tour, which apparently he only had 15 days to pack and get ready.
Is that
emotionally
normally
prepared.
how quickly, like, openers are booked up to a tour? I mean, that's a lot of travel. You would think that there's a lot of planning that needs to go into that.
I think when you get that opportunity, you just take it. That's a
Yeah.
pretty big opportunity. Like Kevin said, we're a pretty big deal. And
Oh,
whoever
no,
opens for us is also...
I completely agree with you that way, but I'm saying, for the band, for the Jonas Brothers to wait up until 15 days to have an opener.
You gotta get your passport. You gotta get... I'm sure the reason behind that was more production side than they didn't have an opener, because I'm sure they could find an opener if they really wanted to.
Yeah. They had to save the moment for Married to Jonas.
Exactly.
And we got to see it.
So Kevin says that you are a reflection of the Jonas Brothers, and that carries a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Putting a lot of pressure on. It seems like Mikey said he's very nervous when he gets on stage and playing to a crowd of 1,200 people in the first couple rows. Pretty intense.
I know, it was kind of an interesting conversation, because at first I think Kevin started off, trying to help prep him, like, you'll be great, you're getting better, but it's a large venue. And then as he was trying to ease his way into it, then he kind of automatically just shot him down and got his nerves right back racing, because he was like, you're like a reflection of us. So keep that in mind. And he's like, so now
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
the reputation of the Jonas Brothers rests on Mike DeLisa because he's opening for them in South America. It's a lot of pressure and a lot of fans.
It sets the stage.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really does.
It really does. The
Pun
vibe,
intended, yeah.
the vibe, everything. So that's why it normally takes band. I guess that is why it takes band such a long time to book their openers, because they want it to be right.
You want someone who has the right sound of music, who's capable of doing it, not freaking out.
Yeah.
And someone who's available.
Yeah, especially someone that's not going to crack under the pressure, because everyone that is opening is never going to be someone that plays, you know, to that standard of how big the venues are. Like you were saying, 1,200 is the first 2 rows or something of their concerts. So you have to be, it can't just be anyone that can play. You have to be able to play to all of those people and bring them into the performance.
Exactly. So we are going to get to see the South American tour in the upcoming episode. And in Mikey's interview with us this past Friday, he actually went into detail about the tour. He said South American fans are crazy for the Jonas Brothers, and that he felt like a Beatle when he was there.
Really?
Because they mob you.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a little bit from the preview, and it's intense. Like, the police are everywhere, actually, for their safety, which is kind of crazy if you think about, because, I mean, you get people that want their pictures and, you know, signed, like, autographed different items and stuff like that, but to actually be concerned with people potentially, like, running over your car because there's so many people, you have to kind of reevaluate and, like, wow, this is a lot.
Yeah. So I want to talk about Dani's Cosmo article. Before we do that, I just have to mention, if you're watching us on AfterBuzzTV.com live or watching us on YouTube, then please take a second to go over to iTunes, type in AfterBuzz TV. You can find all of our Married to Jonas episodes or after shows, as well as our interviews with Mikey, Dina, Bucky from past seasons. Check it out. Rate and comment. 5 stars are awesome. And tell a friend. If you have any other friends who are fans of Married to Jonas, tell them about this after show. And also, take a second to browse through the other after shows we have. We have a ton of them. And
so many.
if you like TV, I like TV.
Love TV.
You should listen to some of our other after shows.
You
Find your
won't be
favorite
disappointed.
TV shows on there.
They're there.
Do it. And then also some exciting news is that AfterBuzz is now streaming. We are able to stream live on iPads, iPhones, and Androids.
Boom.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. So Dani discusses her article with Cosmo. That's, I mean, a lot of girls' dreams is to be in this magazine. I remember reading it when I was in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Hide it from my mom.
Right?
I was embarrassed to read it.
I have to say, when we were talking about it, this girl in the blue that was doing the interviewing, she seemed more nervous than anyone.
Yeah.
But I guess she's big sell for her. But cool for Dani wanting to get that opportunity, and for it not to just be something personal, but like their home. You know, it opens them into the entire experience.
Yeah. And cooking. Food is a big thing in Delisa's life. Obviously, Bucky talks about food a lot. And
Every time.
Dina had a cooking blog. And
She had a cooking blog? Cool.
yeah. They're a cooking family.
I'm gonna
Family
need to
that cooks together.
stays together.
Yes.
I love it. I'm going to need to take notes.
So they talk about this cooking article, and as you mentioned, it's going to be where they follow her to her house and see her everyday life while doing a photo shoot and including some recipes.
It's awesome.
They ask her what she's going to make, and I felt like that list was so freaking long.
Yeah. I was like, good for you, sister.
It made me really hungry.
Wow. Yeah.
And that was pretty much the end of the episode.
Yeah. Well, we have to talk about, too, when she finally tells Kevin.
Oh, yes.
Because he
was not very happy.
Yeah, you set this up and then
Okay.
I'll give you.
So Dani was supposed to go on the South American tour with the Jonas Brothers, accompany them, and turns out that the shoot for Cosmo is going to take place while they're in South America.
Right.
So now she has a dilemma. Do I stay or do I go?
Okay. I don't see a dilemma there because you can do both. You stay and then you go. Obviously, it's just not up to schedule and it's not what was planned, but you can do both.
It looks like it's not that easy, though. There are things that you have to factor in, like weather and hail and freezing rain and stuff.
And all those other weather-like things that
Yes.
inconvenience plane rides.
Yeah, stupid planes. So it looks like she does want to be in two places at once, but is not capable of doing that.
Well, I think it's not a question. I mean, she knows that she wants to be with Kevin, but she's always with Kevin. So I don't think she's really even doubting her decision to stay to do the Cosmo article. I think more than anything, she was just really surprised the way that Kevin handled it, as I was really surprised the way that Kevin handled it. Because he's always been kind of pushing her and motivating her to do her own thing.
And that's what she's wanted all of last season, was she wanted to have a little bit of independence and be able to have something that's just her own. Now she's finally getting it. And I mean, if the shoot is even a couple days, you go
even a week. They were in South America for weeks. You know, you're still going to get the time. I think it was a little selfish of him to ask her to not do that because that's what she wants to do, and then still not really be okay with it, to have that kind of reaction, because it just, even though she's going to do what she wants to do at the end of the day, if it doesn't affect her decision, she's still going to stay and do the Cosmo article. She's not as excited about it because she feels bad because Kevin wants her in South America and she wants to be there too. So now she's a little bit more torn about it, as opposed to coming home and wanting to tell the one person that you think would care the most about it. You're so excited. Guess what happens? You're like, well, you're not coming with us? Like, what?
He needs to know.
Debbie Downer.
Separation makes the heart grow fonder.
Does. And they'll learn that. In next week's episode.
Yes. So, good episode.
There you
tonight.
have it.
Yeah. If you would like to continue the conversation, please find us on Twitter. Sam, where can they find you?
At Samantha_Laich, Laich.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley and on Instagram at Cathy Kelley. We've been doing some crazy vines the past few days, so
make sure to check those out
as well. And definitely check out Mikey's interview that he did here on AfterBuzz TV this past Friday. You download that and all of our after shows.
Heck yeah.
On iTunes. Do it.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.